Okay.
2, 1. Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome back
to the Leader
Did
Podcast.
you see how slowly we cheers today? Because there's real coffee.
Because we actually have coffee in
and
these.
there's electronics, and we're making sure we don't spill anything.
Or break the cups.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I am using a metal cup, so I didn't want to
I got this cup voted most likely to need coffee from a 7th grade girl when I left one of my churches. It's one of my favorite cups.
So you've been carrying this addiction with you for a long time.
Yeah, so I think the reason I got it is because I was doing a talk on like inductive reasoning and like how there's evidence for a creator.
Yeah.
But I used me as an example of a guy who likes coffee, and like so I gave like little facts like my breath smells, my teeth are stained, and that's how. I like coffee, not just that I'm always drinking it. Yeah, so.
Or you could be a smoker, or
There's so
many things that go with teeth-stained bad breath.
But all the evidence points to me liking coffee.
I love it.
Anyway, that's why they got it.
All right.
Shout out.
Good morning. Let's do a shout out. Hey, welcome to the team, Laura Hosier.
Yes.
Laura's joining the team. Her husband led the way, and because he started first, and then somehow, somewhere, somebody guilted her into joining him. So Wednesdays every other week, she's helping with check-in and doing a great job.
Let that be a lesson to those of you whose spouses are not serving in students.
You know it. Yeah, there's a link.
Heath's.
There's a link right here to send them. I don't know if there is.
That's not how that works.
Anyway, welcome to the team, Laura. Your coffee cup's going to be in the workroom when you check in.
Yes. So, and
Love
just
it.
so you, in case you didn't know, everyone who joins our team, they get like a little welcome.
Yeah, they get a
gift.
little
It's
welcome kit.
This guy right here, coffee,
stickers, full of candy.
A sticker. This sticker's been in this cup for a while, so it's formed.
Yeah.
A little coffee guy that says Cross Creek students even better with caffeine.
Mm-hmm. That's your jam.
You
for
don't
sure.
have to drink coffee out of this mug.
Yeah, it works for anything.
But I mean, it'd be weird with some stuff. Let's be honest, like water,
Vodka.
Yeah. That's how you know Darren's been up a lot of hours so far today.
Yeah, I've already been here like 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
Not really.
We're switching roles this week.
Yeah, no kidding. So for those of you who haven't heard this, I'm working on a special project with the pastor, and it's just it's a big project. So I'm like, Nick, can you do this? Nick, can you do this? Nick, can you do this? And I'm still showing up super early and still not getting everything done. So
shout out to Laura.
Yeah, you're crushing it.
If you want to serve
better than me,
more
for
than
sure.
every other week, sounds like Darren could use the
Yes,
help.
we will take you.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
love it.
We're starting a new little mini series.
We are.
And you gave me some ideas on it, and I packaged it around. So, have you ever seen the movie Space Jam?
Yes,
but not 2, 1.
One. I didn't know there
with
were.
Michael Jordan.
I was like, I didn't know there were 2. So
you
we're
watched
good.
the one. You watched number 2, I think, with LeBron James when we had it here a couple years ago.
Maybe.
Okay, well, you did.
I don't know. All basketball
there.
players are the same.
Can confirm. Bugs Bunny is in it.
He's probably the only one I recognize.
So anyway, at halftime of the first one, they're losing really bad to the aliens, and Daffy Duck comes out with Michael's secret stuff.
Okay.
And it's just water, but psychologically it changes it.
Okay,
and
I
they
vaguely
win.
remember this now that you're saying it. Yeah.
So when
it's a good plot point.
Yeah. So you had these, you had all these different like things in there, and I was like, this is the secret stuff, and so I had to find this water bottle to include it.
Which is great because it is not really that secret or that special. It's just part of our faith walk, and if we're doing it, it changes everything.
So today we're talking about the secret stuff to a better small group, better connect group.
Yeah.
And that secret stuff is your quiet time.
Yeah, you being invested in your own spiritual growth. And by the way, whether you're in a connect group or checking in or working in the cafe, this applies.
Yeah, and I sat in on last Sunday of date of recording with Jackson Boyd.
Yeah.
And we talked about worship, and like he started having them look up stuff in like 2 Timothy, which I was like, my face. I was like, either externally or internally or both.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'll listen.
I'll follow you.
I trust.
Yeah.
And so they're just doing all this stuff in 2 Timothy, and then he like weaves it back into like worship and like back to like our guide and all the things.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, I was like, there is no way that he got to that without his own personal study.
Good.
Right? Like he's not,
for real.
we didn't, 2 Timothy was nowhere on the guide.
Right. And because I know Jackson, I'd be willing to bet that he didn't go find that because of the Connect Group guide.
Right.
That's something he already
Had
knew.
in his
that,
mind.
yeah, exactly.
He was reading that week. It spurred a thought. And so in his prep, as he was doing his small group, or as he's doing his quiet time, that triggered a thought, and that caused him to go down that path.
Yeah, it would have been great if we had him in here giving a personal testimony, but take our word for it.
Yeah. We trust.
Listen,
so,
the all the time when we're doing our own study, we're not doing it because of what it's going to do in our group or because of what it's going to do for us as we're leading kids in the lobby. We do it because we love Jesus, and then he takes that because the word of God is living and active and sharper than any two-edged sword. And he applies it to moments in our life where we need it, whether those are personal or those are moments where we're giving to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll as you invest in your own relationship, your Connect group you should be leading. And again, the secret stuff analogy, like this is so basic.
Yeah.
You should be leading out of the overflow of that.
Yeah.
Your Connect group time shouldn't be your primary time with the Lord.
Yeah.
But as you read the Bible and as you are spending time personally, you may find connections and things that
crossover. Because guess what? Jesus knows you're leading that Connect group. Like Jesus knows you're serving students.
And it's all connected.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was built with
1,000%.
So yeah. Exactly.
And let me also just offer you this. We all have been in those seasons that, feel a little dry. Maybe our relationship with Jesus isn't hitting the way we wish it was. And that's okay for a season and to continue leading through a dry spell. But if you find yourself in a desert where you are just depleted and empty, we want to hear that because we would rather you have a vibrant personal walk with Jesus than ever be volunteering in the student ministry.
Yeah,
we
so
want
true.
you to serve in students because you have a vibrant living experience with Jesus.
Not out of duty or obligation.
Right, not in spite of it.
Filling a spot.
100%. So if you find yourself in a place where you're just feeling like, man, I every week is a heft, we would love to hear that. Number one, we want to pray for you and partner with you and care for you and shepherd you. And we also want to help you recognize if it's time to take a break. And it might not be, but if it is, we want your soul to be healthy before we want your group to be healthy.
Yeah, that's good. Which is kind of a jarring statement.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, we say this, and if you are new to us, you've heard me say this in our leader interview. We want more for you than we want from you. So what are you hoping to gain from this experience of serving?
Yeah.
Like our goal is as much or more your personal health, spiritual health, than it is what you can do for us or getting the job done.
Yeah.
We want you to do that too, obviously, but the way we want you to do that is because your walk with Jesus is vibrant and growing and personal.
Yeah.
And when it is that, students catch that.
Yeah, and the bait and switch on this, right, is like, hey, the secret stuff to a better Connect group is your quiet time. But really, the bait and switch on it is like, you're healthy personally, and when you're healthy, you're going to lead a healthy group. If you're
100%.
unhealthy, that's where it may feel like struggle. So one of the secret components to that is your time with the Lord.
Make sure it's a priority.
Yeah. Story time?
Love it. Story time.
I don't know what this means. It says, kid trying to leave 15 seconds before worship starts.
Yeah, I forgot about this. Okay, so as you know, Ben, our worship guy, by the way, if you see a guy who looks like he's about 14 leading worship, he's a grown man, and he is our students' worship guy. Sometimes you won't see him if you're not here often on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But he is more and more investing in students, and you're going to hear more and more about him as he partners with our team.
And he's a burgeoning Thunder fan. My favorite part.
Okay, so that's because you just indoctrinated him.
Now,
that's all.
Just to be clear,
you Chinese water tortured him until he finally acquiesced and said, "Okay."
I need to make something very clear to the people. The vomit was just sports talk, not the team.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the
The
team.
irony is
all
Ben,
teams.
The irony is this: Ben lost a bet when the Thunder beat the Mavericks. They played 4 times this year. We made a bet on the one game the Thunder won. The Mavericks beat them all
It's
other
like
three.
the glory of the Lord has shone around about you.
But that was in the NBA Cup, so it counted. All right. Anyway, what happened, Ben?
So Ben is working real hard to make sure that we have students who are leading in worship, which is great.
Yeah.
And so he tells us this story a few weeks ago.
I know you're talking about now.
So we are, he's, I mean, sometimes you guys know this, wrangling students is sometimes like herding cats. And so he has a young man who is, stepping into leadership and learning all that means, what all that means. And he's maybe trying to miss practices and, not be where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there and that kind of thing. And so Ben's frustration is, sometimes there. And so this kid, we are 15 seconds in the countdown. Like we are about to start.
The faces are on the screen.
And so he's like, I got to leave. I'll be right back. And I got to go. I'll be right back. And of course, Ben's assuming he's like,
I got to
run to the restroom. Yeah. And he's like, no, you got to stay here and play. So he's playing and it's going some kind of way. And after it's all over, the kid was like, Ben's like, what's going on back there? And he's like, I told you I had to leave. I left my music in the offices.
Oh,
and so Ben wouldn't let him leave because he thought he had to pee. But really what he was trying to do was his
Get
job.
His music.
Yeah, do his job.
Oh,
yeah.
my word.
So fun.
Hilarious.
I love leading teenagers.
Love teenagers.
Crash land it.
Yep. See ya.
Love you guys.
Bye.